What is happening, people? Thank you so much for tuning in. This is another episode of You Good Mate, and I am very lucky to be joined by one of my best mates of what will be about 15 years, Jake.
15, 20 years, yeah, getting
Yeah,
there.
it's been a long time, and it's been a long time. Jake was one of the very first ones to reach out to me and wanted to help out, so I'm very grateful for his time. But yeah, no, Jake, how about we just start telling us a bit about yourself, man?
Well, I am a council estate kid who grew up in sunny old South Oxy.
Repping South Oxy, I love it.
Yeah, what can I say more than that? I come from a really slum estate. No, I don't.
Nah, South
No,
Oxy's the home, innit?
yeah, no. We grew up in a time when it was a bit more difficult, and like you say, you good mate. Mental health wasn't really spoke about back in the day,
Nah, it
and
definitely was. Definitely wasn't. Sorry, should
we,
I say?
yeah, we all sort of probably experienced mental health at some point of our childhood and sort of developed into adulthood. But what I can say now is I'm a happily married man with two beautiful daughters.
Yeah.
So,
And they are beautiful as well. No. Well, that's the thing, Jake. Your story to me, like when we spoke about this before, you've experienced a great load of emotions from grief to loss to heartbreak to joy. Um, so you've obviously been through the mill, and obviously, like say, you've come to a place now where you are a very happily married man with obviously two beautiful kids. So you've got a lovely little family, and obviously, from a friend's point of view, I'm incredibly proud of you and happy for you that you got to that point. Um, but yeah, I mean, I've known, like I said, we've known each other nearly 20 years now, and obviously, I remember seeing this kid come with our mutual friend. Big shout out to Ryan Yule. Stag do incoming
well, Yoli,
2026.
yeah, stag do
And
in Liverpool.
yeah, let's do it. But yeah, if you like, I mean, obviously, I know some of the topics you obviously discussed with me that you're open to talking about, but I think one of them I can relate to myself actually is body confidence. I know you said you struggled with your body confidence when you were younger. But yeah, just go into a little bit about that if you can.
What can I say? I was always a big kid.
Mm,
I constantly throughout my early years into my late teens, even into my 20s, I body shamed a lot. You
mm,
fat fuck. You fat this, fat that. And I didn't know it then, but all that was fueling my
mm,
mental health. And I can be open and honest that my way of coping with mental health is I'm an eater. If I'm
mm.
sad, I eat. I'm stressed, I eat. And
Yeah,
it's to the point where it gets, it hurts you after you've eaten. It sort of
yeah,
really hurts your head. So one day, I think it was a friend's 21st,
mm,
there was a picture of me
yeah,
and I looked at it and I was just ashamed.
yeah.
I couldn't believe I got to that point where I
Mm,
was about 25 stone, weren't healthy. I was smoking, I was drinking every weekend.
mm,
And probably the biggest tipping point was we went to Thorpe Park for one of
mm.
my mate's birthdays. I could not get on any of the rides. I
Oh
was
man,
trying my hardest.
yeah,
I was getting on that seat and it wouldn't buckle up. And then I had to do sort of like a walk of shame, get off and sort of have everyone stare at you because you're holding up their ride.
yeah,
That really then sort of kick-started something in me.
yeah.
Um, but I didn't know anything of what I was doing. I ended up just started going for walks. Then I
Yeah,
sort of tried doing a bit of running.
yeah.
One of the biggest things that helped me was finding South Oxy Exiles Rugby Club.
Yes, I remember
Totally
you
by
playing for them.
chance.
Yeah,
Totally by chance for a guy well known on the estate called Boom Danny Howard.
I know Danny Howard very well.
And I met him, was in the big shots one day and I met him and he was like, "Oh, we got a game today. You want to come play it?" I had no excuses. I was
Nah,
like, and in the end, it's like, "You're coming." So
yeah,
I went down and that fueled something in me. I love rugby.
yeah,
Rugby, for a big guy, rugby's my sport. I found acceptance, if that's
yeah.
the right word.
Yeah. No, definitely. You found like your safe space, like kind of like a safe
Yeah.
haven, was it? Where you could like go, you could be yourself. and obviously no judgment, no kind of bullying or anything
No,
like that. Because I know something else you spoke about, or what you mentioned was bullying. Obviously, you suffered from bullying, and for speaking from experience, I suffered it as well. And it's a horrible thing. It's a horrible, horrible thing. And I think it doesn't really. I don't think you really take it in until you're older. It's like sort of in our ages. Like, I mean, obviously, I'm 33 now. You're a year older than me, aren't you? You're 34.
I've just turned 34.
Okay. No, I'm not putting out an age yet, I promise. Um, um, but yeah, and do you know what? It's something I find it still happens today, even as adults. We still have those moments, don't we, where we get bullied by other adults, by other people. But I think when you get to an adult life, it doesn't really show up as much, does it? And do you know what? I've always thought about this about me and you as well, Jake. I find a lot of me and you are similar in a lot of
Mm.
ways. And that's why obviously I consider you obviously one of my best pals. I know obviously we don't talk as much, but obviously I know there's always a brotherhood there. There's always a brotherhood there, isn't
Yeah,
there? Do you know what I mean? Like I know I can always come to you for anything. You can always come to me for anything. You
yeah. I
when I
think
come, sorry, go
no,
on.
I was going to say, I think one of our good things about our friendship is I've tried helping you with some of your struggles. You've tried helping
Always,
me with some of my struggles. Yes, we
always, man.
banter. Yes, we slag each other off, but that
Of course.
we know we don't overstep any marks.
Nah, of course not. I mean, when I come to
But
you, you're not exactly the most empathetic person, but it's fine. No, I'm joking. No, that's your way of showing love, though, isn't it? That's your way of showing love, and that's who you are. Um,
mm,
but something else I
I
wanted to
think
talk
that's a
about, Jake.
result of the bullying. I think it's sort of like a
Yeah,
defense mechanism.
oh, 100%, 100%. I think, and we all have our own defense mechanisms and our own coping mechanisms, don't we? But there was something else, obviously, like you mentioned to me, which to me, obviously, I feel like since I've done my therapy and I've been in therapy for 3 years now, things hit me a lot differently. And it was one of the subjects you mentioned to me as well about the loss of your sister, and but also coinciding with the birth of Harley.
Mm.
Now, I'm not going to press you to talk about this. You don't have to talk about this.
I can talk about it. I'm
Yeah,
fine. I like you. I've had therapy. I've had to
yeah.
accept things.
But that,
Um,
but that whole thing, Jake, to me, it spoke volumes because it's like you literally experienced two emotions, two kind of feelings that are like on the opposite end of the spectrum. One's like grief and loss, and then the other one is pure joy and excitement. Do you know what I mean? And yeah, like just tell us about that. Like tell us sort of how it shaped you now, and sort of yeah, what kind of
um,
stuff you.
my sister was born with a disease of the kidneys called lupus,
Mm.
which she had several transplants to
Bless
try
her, man.
make it work.
Yeah,
Um, there was a period in my life I didn't speak to my sister because
yeah,
I felt our morals clashed, and
yeah.
that's probably one of my biggest regrets in life. Yes,
Mm.
before the end, we managed to build bridges, but I can tell you the story and I'll be as quick as I can.
Yeah, that's right, man.
We had Tara, my wife, who is a hero in all of this.
Yeah, she's
She had
she's a blessing,
just
man.
been induced into the hospital to give birth.
Mm.
I get a phone call saying Emma is in a coma. Okay.
Man,
And that's on the Harley was born 25th. That was on the 24th.
that's
And
tough.
every part of my body wanted to get down to see her.
Yeah,
But I had a duty to, not a duty, I wanted to also be there for my wife,
of
who
course.
was trying to bring in a baby into this world.
Mm.
Um, little did I know that Emma's boyfriend at the time was told about a day earlier to get the family around. He didn't say anything. So I could have got to say goodbye to my sister. Um, so back to it. Tara's being induced. We're on the morning of the 25th of April, 2022.
Mm.
I had a phone call. Basically, your sister's died.
Oh,
Uh,
man,
I remember T laying on the bed. I remember the midwife there. I just broke down. I
Yeah.
was in hysterics, mate. I
Can't blame you.
um I was angry.
Of course.
I
Yeah. Yeah.
was sad. I I was in that moment in time I was in a bad place.
Yeah.
Right that second. It's weird. Yes, me and my sister didn't have the best relationship and we mended bridges, but I was I felt like something part of me had gone.
Yeah.
And I just remember literally Tara's laying on the bed. I've literally just put my head on that bed and I've sobbed my heart out.
Yeah.
I couldn't stop. I really
It's,
couldn't stop.
oh, mate.
Um, uh, and then flip side of that was 5 o'clock that evening. Harley was born by a
Yeah, man.
C-section,
Oh,
and
man.
I my head was everywhere.
It's
I
so
was
mad, yeah.
phoning around my mum and dad, making sure they was all right. I had trying to make sure T was all right because during that time it was sort of still COVID conditions,
Hmm.
so I wasn't allowed to stay with her and the baby that night.
That must have been hard as well, because obviously, like, as well as your head being everywhere, you want to obviously check in on your family. Obviously, you want to, part
Yeah,
of me, you also want to check in on your wife as well. But you've got this big kind of restriction around you, kind of stopping you from kind of, well, stopping part of you from being where you want to be, and another part of you from being where else you want to be, because you literally, you almost like being pulled in two directions there, aren't you? Because literally, you've
I
got,
was. I wanted to get down to my mum
yeah,
and dad, but everything about me wanted to get down there. But I also everything about me wanted to stay. I wanted to be
yeah,
with my wife and my daughter. Um, and then obviously everything was. I was on my phone a lot that day, trying to
of
sort
course,
things
man,
out,
yeah,
trying to do the family side of things. Like people were finding out, and I was ringing around. Right, don't you put this on Facebook yet? Let the family deal with
of
shit.
course,
Um, and then I was able to. Harley was born on the Thursday, and on the Sunday I took her down to see my mum and dad because
yeah,
they were in bits. I was in bits, and then that sort of started a very downward spiral for me.
mm,
I could just be sitting there one moment, and all of a sudden I'd be bursting into tears. I couldn't control it.
yeah,
Everything in my head just was doing wrong, and we was
mm.
using Michael Bublé to sort of soothe Harley. And then you sort of listen to the words of some of his
Yeah.
songs, and that just got me going even more. I was like, fucking hell, I couldn't stop.
Do you know what?
I
It's
really
something.
couldn't stop.
What I say it's something I've realised in, for example, my last couple of years of DJing.
Yeah.
Music has such a powerful effect on us. Has such a powerful effect. Like um, I've always loved my music, but since I started DJing, the effect it has on me now is like it's unreal. And I can't imagine what you must have felt when obviously you hearing those words from Michael Bubble, as my dad calls him. But no, I can't imagine what kind of things you must have been feeling there, and obviously to experience that kind of those kinds of emotions in probably a short amount of time as well, because you probably didn't have time to even process anything, did you?
I had zero time to process anything, mate. I was in bits, but I was trying to stay strong
Mm.
for my mum, my dad, for Tara, because she was going through hell.
Yeah, man.
Um, she had obviously had a C-section. She was trying to heal, and it's like, what do I do? Where do I go? What can I do to make this situation better for everybody? But I wasn't thinking about myself.
Nah.
Like when we go back to the music, I'll make this part's very griefful, and I want to make it more cheery. But what got what got me was at me sister's funeral. I was gunning for that her boyfriend. I was after him. I wanted to do him damage. And Tara's there with me. She's like, no,
Mm.
you can't beat Harley. And then it's when that car pulled in with Emma's coffin there. I just stopped. I couldn't do it. I just broke down again.
Yeah.
And then played some songs. She had The Gambler by, oh,
Kenny
is it
Rogers,
Kenny Rogers?
love that. What you?
Yeah. And then 'cause that's how she lived life. And then it was the last song, and I still can't hear this song without feeling emotions. It's
Yeah.
the Ed Sheeran Supermarket Flowers for my niece. My niece wanted that played.
Man, my mum absolutely adores that one as well. That one is that was a proper heart one. The one that gets to your heart.
I can't I can't listen to a bit of that song about it feeling tingles or tearing up.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, that's and that stays with me daily. I think
Yeah.
the grief, like we spread our ashes a couple of
Yeah.
years ago. I've not been back to that spot. I can't go
No.
back to that spot.
It's a hard one, isn't it? Because I
And
think, I mean, if you don't mind me asking, how long has it been now since she passed?
Harley's going to be 4 in April, so it'll be 4 years, April.
So you probably experienced a whole load of sort of first, seconds, thirds of obviously like since that day. And I think
It's the
sometimes people.
hard thing is,
Sorry, go
sorry, the
on. Sorry,
hardest
bro.
thing is having, obviously, every first for Harley is a first without Emma. So her first birthday, first year without
Yeah,
Emma.
man.
But like every first is like a first without my sister.
Yeah.
So that hurt a lot. And it sort of still hurts a lot because it's sort of like on her birthday, can I be happy or can I be sad? It's
Mm.
having that relationship with my family as well. Like my mum obviously is still devastated to this day.
Oh,
I don't blame her. But sometimes it feels like Harley, it's a bit of guilt on our part that Harley was born on the same day Emma passed away because
yeah.
it's a bit of guilt. Maybe it's harder for my mum to accept Harley. It's not because my mum loves her to bits, but
Of
it's all
course.
them
Yeah.
emotions that go in your head.
I think, yeah, when we get older, I
But
think emotions become a real thing, don't they? Like realer than real, if that makes sense.
yeah, but I I went through therapy. I ain't gonna lie. I was off work for I feel I haven't able to go back to work till the September. I
Yeah,
was in a
you had a
real
good time.
dark place in my
Good
head.
bit of time off it. Yeah.
Yeah, and T, I keep saying her name, but she picked me up in when I was in my darkest moments where I didn't want to do anything. At some
Yeah.
points, I didn't even want to hug Harley because I was that down.
Yeah.
And every time I did hug Harley, it was like the guilt of my sister can't give her a decent cuddle
Yeah.
and that sort of stuff. That really fucked my head up.
Do you know what? I've heard
So
you talk
it's
about Tara a lot, and I can sense just even from now, even more so. But since obviously you met her, and obviously you've obviously built this wonderful family with her, I can see how much of a blessing that she is to you, and how much she's a blessing to obviously your life, your family, and all that kind of thing. So for myself, big up
I
Tara.
don't believe in God or anything,
Yeah.
but she was sent to me when I needed it the most.
Sometimes it happens, Jose. I think
We
sometimes,
managed to find each other when we needed that.
yeah, man. I mean, obviously, fate. I think probably played a part in it potentially. Um, obviously, I don't obviously believe in God myself. I mean, oh well, I do in some respects. I mean, I wear a cross on my neck because obviously I think through my own personal struggles, I've kind of found a bit of solace in kind of just leaving in things happen for a reason. And obviously, just I find a bit of solace in prayers as well. And obviously, like from myself, Jake, obviously, this is probably the first time we've probably had a proper chat about all of this. So from my heart
Hmm.
to yours, sending you some big prayers, some big love, just to like a little bit more healing energy as well for you, mate.
Cheers, mate.
But and obviously, yeah, I appreciate the time you're taking as well to share that with me because I can't imagine how that must have felt to kind of experience all of that. I mean, you know me, I'm a bit of an emotional so and so, and probably experiencing all of that might have had a bit more of a negative effect on me, I think.
Hmm.
But from what you told me as well, from all the tears you shared as well, I think you probably had quite a built up amount of tears to sort of let out your system. Do you know what I mean?
I I can sometimes, and my wife would probably admit, be an emotional stonewall.
Yeah,
I One of the defense mechanisms when growing up being bullied is don't let them see it.
yeah,
Don't let them see it affect you. And I build up a lot, and when I do burst, I burst, and
yeah.
that's
Of
something I
course.
learned through therapy as well. Because my family ain't perfect. I don't speak to my brother. I haven't spoken to my brother for about 12 years.
Mm.
I will not speak to him. No matter how many times people try, say, "Oh, is your blood?" Don't go there. That subject's not being mentioned too much about
No, no,
today.
no. We don't have to talk about that. It's fine. It's
No,
absolutely fine.
I build up a lot, and even Tyra knows that I build up a lot.
Yeah,
And then she sees it. She sees my triggers, and she
of
she
course.
knows when I'm triggered,
Yeah.
and she'll just go to me. You're right. I've managed to learn to just say I'm actually having a bad day today.
And I think that's acceptance playing a part there, isn't it? That's
Yeah,
acceptance because I think some people, I'm the worst for it. I can be if I'm having a bad day, or if I'm not feeling myself, I go quiet, I shut down, and people say to me, "You're all right." I'm like, yeah, fine. For some reason, I just can't open up that well sometimes. But I've learned since turning 30 and going into my therapy that it's okay to open up like that. It's okay to say, you know what, no, I'm not all right. Or if someone, for example, like the podcast says, "You good, mate?" It's like, actually, no, I'm not. And it's just, I think once we get into our patterns and our sort of coping mechanisms, like defense mechanisms, it's kind of hard to get out of them, isn't it?
it's very hard, and part of my marriage is I need to be open
Yeah,
because that's not how relationships work. If you're just bottling it all up, that's how relationships break down.
yeah,
Um, and I'm like I say, Tara, I would be nothing without her. I
yeah.
wouldn't be the dad I
Nah,
am
she's a
today. I wouldn't be
blessing,
the
man.
husband I am today without her. And she's had her struggles,
Of course.
and obviously she was trying to bring the child up. We were trying to bring the child up, but she effectively had two kids to deal with during that period of time, me and Harley.
Yeah.
So
Would you say
she,
she's still got would you say she's got three kids to deal with now?
yeah, probably. I am a big lad, baby.
You know how to bring that up, bro. You know how to bring that up, man. But
Oh
obviously
yeah,
I'm just keeping an eye on the time, mate. And obviously I know
yeah.
obviously I don't want to obviously keep you, but I just obviously got this little segment I'm gonna do with this podcast now. And it's called
Okay.
the check-in minute. And it's basically four questions. And you can answer it as long or as short as you can, or as you want. Sorry,
Okay.
you don't have to like sort of give me a full answer. I can obviously join in with you as well. But yeah, um, so the first one is basically what's something that genuinely makes you happy right now?
My kids and my wife, they are
Perfect,
my world.
perfect. I love that answer, mate. What's something that's been weighing on you lately?
Come back to it, my weight. I've
Yeah,
got comfortable. I've stopped working out. I I go into my defense mechanism. I'm stressed at work. I eat, but it's something I'm working on.
yep.
I'm trying to get fit again, but as you know, years of running as a fat guy on pavement has absolutely buggered my knees up.
Remember the time we used to go to the gym together?
I was going to bring that up because I remember rooting you on lots of things. Used to be the
you,
sit ups with the medicine balls. You used to
um,
hate.
mate, honestly, it was hilarious. Honestly,
You did well in the weight room.
I don't know what in
Not
the
as
weight
good as
room.
me,
Yeah,
but you did all right.
I don't know what. And then I remember I remember being on a treadmill with you, and I remember actually managing to jog the whole time for I think it was 30 minutes.
Yeah, you
My
did
biggest
good, mate.
achievement today.
I used to love them days when we just used to banter, go gym. Yeah, why not?
Oh, mate, it was
And
quality. Then I unfortunately, I no, we won't go into that. No, actually, we won't go into that.
no, you started bottling it, and in the end, I got fuck this. Nah, we all had our things to deal with at the time.
No, exactly, man, exactly. Um, what's something you're proud of yourself for? It could be big or it could be small.
Proud of myself. I'm proud to be where I am now and pick myself up after the dark days.
Yeah.
And I say pick myself up, being held up by my wife and my kids, and that got
Mm.
me to sort of get your ass in gear and come on, talk, do what you need to, but carry on.
Perfect answer, man. Perfect answer. And then last one, bro. What helps when things feel heavy?
Um, I want to say talking, but I don't always talk. Maybe for me, it could be just, it used to be go out for a run, just go for a 30-minute run.
Yeah.
Nowadays, it might be go on the Xbox for half hour, do
Hmm.
just take yourself away, give yourself that space, acknowledge what's going on, and deal with it.
Mate, perfect. I think that is a beautiful way to kind of end this episode. Um, great talking to you, mate. Great little answer there at the end. But yeah, I think for myself, a big thank you to you, mate, for taking the time out to do this. You were one of the first people, like I say, that reached out to me when I sort of put it out on my Instagram. You've always been a big supporter of mine anyway, through everything, my DJing, my career, everything. So from myself to you, mate, big massive thank you for just being my pal all these years, for sharing your story, because I think your story is actually quite incredible. And just being a good dude. And I appreciate it, man.
Mate, even though you're a Watford supporter, I've got to give a little bit of love for you.
I'll take it. I'll take it. I'll take it. But no, I
Uh,
think we'll wrap up there. Jake, have a good rest of your week, man. And big love to you. Big love to T and the kids. And we'll catch up soon.
yeah, we'll try catch up before the stag.
100%. Bring on the stag. Let's do it. But
All right. But you're my roommate, so you're not pulling.
I'm not pulling. Don't worry. I'll be there. I'll be there. But cheers for
All
everyone for
right,
tuning in.
Johnny.
And big love to you, Jake. And I will see you soon, my bro.
See you soon, bro.
Bye, bye.